Всем привет, меня зовут Денчик, и это стрим по прохождению, наверное, очень ожидаемой игры в этом году, Come Deliverance. Ну что, приступим, начнем. Ох, как я долго это ждал, эту игру. Да я думаю, что и все ждали ее с нетерпением.
Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted until the nobles, exasperated by the inaction of their ruler, turned for help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary. Sigismund decided on a radical solution. He kidnapped the king to force him to abdicate, then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
Вот и начинается история. Ну что, первое включение. По параметрам пройдемся.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, venit
Начнем игру. Я, наверное, читать текст не буду. Если кому интересно, прочитайте, чтобы не перебивать разговоры. Кто-то может на английском слушать, хорошо понимает. Так что приступим к этой долгожданной игре. Я ее очень-очень долго ждал. Наконец-то вышел тот жанр, который мне очень по душе. Версию, мне она очень понравилась. Ну что, поехали. Надеюсь, мой компьютер потянет эту хорошую игру. Погнали.
God bless.
Same to you.
Today's a scorcher.
Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm. Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother! Get up or I'll come get you up, you slugabed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue. A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
Ага, вот. Так, когда вы выберете один из двух вариантов этой диалоги, вы по умолчанию выберете характеристики вашего персонажа. Угу. Ух ты, никак сделали. Не переживайте, если они вас не устроят. В дальнейшем вы сможете развивать все характеристики без какой-либо ограничений. Так, и посмотрим, что теперь. Мы болтали в корчме красноречия. То есть, короче, бухали. Я танцевал. Ловкость. Ну, в общем, то же самое. Я был ланкой. Выносливость. Не знаю, что такое пока. Я работал в кузнице. Сила. Так. Ну, я не знаю. Выберу, наверное, силу. Потому что в начале, наверное, любой игры придется руками немало махать. Хотя здесь и красноречие очень нужно. Давай силу выйдем.
I was sweating in the forge all day yesterday, and then I was helping Fritz and Matthew with some errands. So I'd say I have a right to be a bit tired.
Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
Зачем мне нужно учиться бою на мечах? Зачем? Чем? Защищать себя. Из лука. Я был. Какая выносливость? Какая-то... Зачем мне учиться? Давайте красноречие, наверное. Силу мы уже прокачали. Ловкость это типа к луку. Выносливость это бегать, наверное, или тоже биться дольше. Как я помню, скорее всего, это тоже биться. Ну что, попробуем красноречие. Все-таки оно нам будет немаловажно в этой игре.
You think he's teaching me sword fighting, don't you? What use would that be to me? Here. I'm not lying to you, Ma.
All right, then, if you say so. I don't mean to pry, but you know your father takes a dim view of such things.
папа боится за сыночка, что он будет биться на мечах. Жесть. Так, возьми урок боя на мечах. Угу. Так, мои друзья не заходили. О, пошли переговоры, да? Ну что, я голоден, папа? Чё, ну давай спросим про друзей. Какие друзья у нас тут?
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere, as usual.
Ну хватит, мам. Маленький ребенок. Ты не правда? Ты не права насчет них. Друзья не пьяницы. Давай.
That's unfair.
Really? So where were you until the small hours last night?
I was with Bianca, of course.
You mean at Bianca's tavern? And who was there with you? No, don't tell me. Let me guess. Matthew and Fritz. Well, at least you were with Bianca. You should hold on to that one, Hal. She's a clever girl. And invite her for supper sometime. Your father's very fond of her.
Of course he is. He thinks he'll be able to wheedle the secret of beer brewing out of her.
You're right there. You'd think he was planning to become a brewer in his dotage. Still, that's your father for you. At least he's interested in something, unlike you lot. You're too busy getting into mischief to do an honest day's work. If Fritz and Matthew carry on this way, they'll wind up swinging one day. You mark my words.
Так, папа на меня сердится. Тебе помочь? Я
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Ага. На столе, значит, что там лежит. Тебе помочь, спросим.
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
Ага, нам еще меч надо помочь ему сделать.
Is Father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good.
Вот,
He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Нехороший, прогулял вчера свой день. И чтоб бате помочь. Пойдем. Так, игра сохранена. Ваш персонаж и его способности определяются характеристиками. Так, вкладкой 3. В основном развиваются способности, просто когда пользуются ими через каждые несколько. Так, выберите передвижение. Вот так ближнее прыгнуть и проходить. Взаимодействие может при помощи У. Может разорвать. Ясно. В кодекс. Что за кодекс? Посмотрим. Так, армия территории. Территория армии или ополчения состоит из дворян. Ополчение королевских. Сколько они всего тут наделали. Тут можно в этой игре просто жить. Было бы еще время столько в ней жить. Так, она служила защитой земель. Так, ладно. Божий суд. Помимо разрешения споров в муниципальных и территориальных судах вину. Ладно, это потом почитаем. Кому интересно, только потом почитает, если игру купит. Так, поесть. О, сыр. Хапаем. Хоп. Еще. Как его есть? Я вот, например, что-то... Блин, смотрите, как все нарисовано. Красота какая. Дай-ка. Нет, а хорошо здесь спалось-то? Смотри, что летит такое. Так, что еще тут? Рогалик. Давай рогалика возьмем. Что еще есть?
I could do with a bite to eat.
Я бы сейчас бы что-нибудь съел. А как есть? Инвентарь. Рогалик. Съел? Нет? Так. овощи. И что потенциально... Ого. Из белой муки приятно пахнет. Потенциальность, целебность, энергия, алкоголь. Ого, алкоголь, срок хранения 4 дня. А ничего себе, здесь даже срок хранения есть. Свежесть 100%, вес. Вот это зачет. А это у нас как? Энергия -3. Питательность 10. Срок хранения 5 дней. Вот так. Вкладка. Пропустить время. Закрыть. Выкинуть. Съесть. Что-то он не ест его. А, вот. Надо подержать. Съел. Что у нас -3? Оружие никаких. Доспехи. Одни шмотки. Узкие оливковые штаны. Пища. Для заданий. Ключи от двери. От сундука. Игрок. Сила. Ага. Вот силу мы прокачали, да? Можно взять ее. Ого, сколько тут значений. Характеристики. Обалдеть еще. Как скала. Могильщик. Сведения. Перенаступов людей. Ого. Успешно блокирует удары противника. Стоит вам 3,5 меньше выносливости. Обалдеть. Обалдеть. Я в шоке. Это просто обалдеть. Так, ладно. Ловкость. Еще проверки Голод у меня. Голод, да? Надо еще съесть. Статистика. Голод. Еще за голодом надо следить. Мне вообще... У меня слов нету. И держать надо, чтобы съесть. Голод все пропал, да? Усиление рецепта. Скала. Все, значит, характеристики. Красноречивость. Меньше сведения. Я так понял, мне надо выбрать. Как скала. Ну давай. Хотите, правда, хотите получить это умение? Ну давай. Принять. Все. Ясно теперь, как это работает здесь. Ой, навыки. Лошадь. Лошади нету. Журнал. Карта. 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 Большая ли карта у нас? Ну, пока так вроде бы не очень большая. Хотя если взять, она, наверное, огромная. Основные задания. А. Идти к своему отцу. Б. Возьми уроки боя на мечах. Кодексы. Ладно, кодексы потом почитаем чуть-чуть попозже. Сейчас посмотрим. Есть еще. Че пожрать? Открыть. О, яблок можно взять. Возьмем так. Немножечко яблок. Вдруг пригодится. Сырка еще возьмем, долго хранится. Интересно, сколько хранится яблоко. Ну-ка. Так. Состояние, прочность. Шум. Клеящее оружие. Рубящее оружие. Ну-ка. Съесть. Оба. Вес 74. Понятно. Так, ладно. Посмотрим. К бате пойдем сходим. Что нам батька скажет-то, а? Отец наш родной. Красота. Редкая, конечно. Оба, ничего себе перепрыгивает, как он теперь. Обалдеть. Вот это нормально. Была защита. Что-то мы выращиваем, да? Виноград, что ли? Не знаю, что. Бабочка прилетала. Смотрите. В парку. Оп. Как в парке. Звуки такие классные вообще. Так, что мы тут делаем? Отец родной, приветствую тебя. Я проснулся.
What's the matter with you, Henry? Didn't you hear me calling you?
Так, иногда вам нужно силу не знать, чтобы как он говорит, люди часто вы можете выбрать, какое впечатление вы хотите на них произвести. Вы можете просто использовать красноречие, которое, однако, зависит от репутации, закрепившейся за ним на момент разговора. В средние века социальный статус играл. Так, ну да, в средние века статус очень много чего влиял. Да и сейчас тоже. Если вы выглядите опасным, люди будут бояться сталкиваться с вами в будущем. Это когда кровь грязная. Иногда вы можете положиться на то, что деньги все скажут за вас. Вам всего лишь придется рассказать длительную сумму. В особых случаях вы можете приобрести и использовать иные навыки. Интро, такие как верховая езда. Угу. Так, второе что? Так, вы не сможете с легкостью утихомирить задиры. Насколько хорошо вы одеты. Вы не сможете легко произвести впечатление на знатного человека. Все потому, что способности Индра не просто обозначают универсальное число. Ага, понятно. Ваши деньги, сумма, которую вы должны заплатить. Очень эмпатия. Это не просто вопрос характеристики. На исход очень сильно влияет иные факторы вашей репутации, грязи, или вы истекаете кровь и так далее. Если вы не можете переубедить купца хорошо подвешенным языком, возможно, вы захотите сначала слегка его отравить, а после он станет более сговорчивым. Или если вы убедитесь, его будет легче запугать. Ничего себе. Вот они наворотили. Это просто фантастика. Общий уровень красноречия, общий уровень обаяния, общий уровень силы. Обалдеть. Закрыть. Так, у нас обаяние. Так. Сила 3. Обаяние 7. Красноречие 2. Так, в чем дело? Мне нужно было кое-что сделать. Просто мне нужно было осмотреться. Не командовать. Давайте вот так.
Sorry, Father. I was taking a stroll and lost track of time. Somehow I had a feeling I was seeing everything for the first time.
Hal, my boy, when are you going to get some sense? Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzik, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? That drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure he'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
Нормально. Ну что? Идти. Ну что, мне тут надавали заданий. Какая-то карта. Это у нас возьми крестовую. Так, дальше. Получить долг. Наверное, пойдем получить долг. Потом купить мешок угля. Потом купить... Так, это мешок угля. И купить пивка. Ага. Ну, пойдем прогуляемся. Так, не хочешь, да? Все, пища, все. Ну, ну, доспехи, оружие. Где я там видел игрок? Усиление, навыки, рецептура. Что такое закалиться? Я вообще, короче, не знаю, за что куда я что смотреть. Тут столько всего, столько прям так хочется сбегать, все посмотреть. А сохраниться здесь можно? Загрузить только игру. Она автоматически сохраняется, да? Я понял. Будем стараться играть. О, водичку можно попить, интересно? Сейчас присесть. Кодексы новые. Если вы захотите куда-нибудь покрасить, что... Ага. А пить-то будешь, да? Ладно, идем.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
Офигел, что ли? Бубен тебе, что ли, залетит? Или получим? Ну давай, не будем перзить.
You know you owe father for a lot more than just the axe and hammer. If he went to the bailiff about it, you'd be in deep water. At least pay for the tools if you can't pay for everything.
I told you I have no coin, you bastard. Get the hell out of here, or I'll use the axe on you.
Вообще обалдел. Что будем отвечать? Я бы на самом деле плати, пинчуга. К тебе придет мой отец. Ну, махать-то кулаками тоже нельзя. Давай попробуем.
Look, I know things aren't easy. Your wife ran off, booze is dear these days, and you're as much use as a square wheel. It's no wonder you're short of coin. But a debt's a debt, and I can't leave here without something.
You son of a whore. How dare you speak to me like that? Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners? No? Well, I'll teach you then.
О, мочево, что ли? Опа, нормально. Сейчас мы его в бубен все-таки дадим. Надо было сразу в бубен. Очень сильные маленькие удары. Быстро ездить. Удар оружием. Пинок. Буква А. Тап. Захват цели. На следующую цель. Тап. Значит, захватить, снять захват цели. Левый блок. И так. Право-влево. Направление атаки. Ну что, сейчас, наверное, отхватим. И первый бой сразу же. Вот проехал.
God! You asked for it. Topsy Diri. What's up? Shit. God damn. Herrgott.
Какой Рэмбо? Ты меня все хватаешь.
I'm up now.
Да что ты? А, ну, вот я и отхватил. Да как ты так? Да что ты? На. Отхватил.
Enough! Enough! I give up. Take what you want. It's not much, but it's all I have. You understand?
Ключ. Так, найдем. Что-нибудь, что можно... Так, кодекс. Ваше здоровье, ваше в виде красной полосы нужно части экрана. Так, инвентарь. Покушать, я так понял, надо. Опа. Опа, я в крови, нормально, да? Лечение. Следующее. Аскет. Запах мужика. Лазутчик. Ночной призрак. Странник. Что ты даешь? Уровень. Так, уровень вычисляется на ваши характеристики, ваше поражение. Его можно использовать для сравнения ваших. Вторым достижением вам уровня вы можете выбрать одному. Ну, понятно. Что это? Давай. Выросли бедности, так что нравится. Чем хуже постель, тем лучше вы спите. И наоборот. Ночной поезд вашего наследия становится на 20 более чем ночью на 10. Лазутчик намного увеличивает.
All right, blacksmith's boy, you got the better of me. Take what you want, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Побочная. Так, возьми уроки Байна. Так. Данные гости. Возьми уроки, купи мешок угля. Получи долг. Ну, я как получить долг? Я уже... Угу. Побочные, прошедшие. Так, ну и... Что делать-то дальше-то? Сведения. Наконец-то пришла настоящая весна. Текущее задание. Окей. Кодекс. Вера. Деревья. Ого. Карта. Журнал. Понятно. Главный. Че. Так. Думаю, что надо пойти и что-нибудь у него забрать, наверное. Или как? Так. Я вот не пойму пока. Ой. Красиво. И теперь, правда, замазанный кровью больше, чем он. Нехило он меня так напихал. Сейчас посмотрим, что нам тут надо. Ой. Найди что-нибудь, что можно продать. Ага, что-нибудь, что можно продать. Топор. Оба. Забрать. Чуть тебе не топор.
All right, blacksmith's boy, you got the better of me. Take what you want, but you haven't heard the last.
Так, темно тут. Освещения-то нету. Открыть. Что у тебя еще можно? У тебя вообще ничего нет. Алкаш. Открыть. Что можно стырить-то у тебя? Уж пожрать нечего. Пусто все. Вот это ты живешь, супец. Поесть из котла. А, еще можно тряхнуть. Бросить в котел. Поесть из котла. Нормально. Пожрали. Прикольно. Смотрите, что у тебя тут есть? Гвозди. Давай забираем все. Типа что-нибудь, что можно продать. Взяли. Все, выполнили задание. Так. Получить долг. Конуша выполнил. Обобрали до нитки беднягу. Ну он что борзеет вообще? Взял деньги в долг, короче, еще и наглеет. Так. Что у нас тут? Купить мешок угля. Все рядом. Поговорить. А как помыться можно?
God be with you.
Приветствую тебя, гость. Я весь такой побитый. Как мне все поговорить? Торговать. Вести корзину. Корзина. Сколько там угля-то тебе надо? Нет, давай 50. Продать гвозди. Молоток и топор. Что у нас пойдет? Не надо обратно одень. Что еще можно? Кузнец. Так, по ценам, что у нас? Как там? Как идет расплата? 50. Так, заключить сделку. Торговаться. Че?
Let's have a word about the price.
Поговорим насчет.
Naturally.
Разумеется. Так. Ого, торговаться можно, если вы хотите дешево купить и дороже продать. Выберите сумму, которую хотите заплатить за полученное, подтвердите ее. Кузнец ответит. Если откажется, последует встречное предложение, уже вы должны принять его или отказаться. Последнее предложение купца. Ваши деньги. Ограничительная цена. Оригинальная цена. Последнее предложение купца. Ваше текущее предложение. Ваше последнее предложение, которое не принято. Так. Ясно. Тебе не хватает денег. Ну пойдем-ка. Как нам? Надо продать, видать. Это все? Где-то. А где это все можно продать? Как вытереться-то? Ключи. Штанишки. В трусах. Где помыться-то можно? Скажите мне. Я помыться хочу. Так, это что у нас? Суп. Да? Купец. Здравствуйте.
Look where you're going.
Так, ромашка. Мед. Что только здесь нету, а? Это что за спасательный шнап? Спасительный шнап. Сохранение нормально. Шоны грибы. Денежки есть? Ау. Продать. Я бабло хочу. Ну-ка. Продать. Ты получишь 3,8. 6. 7,1. Так. Сейчас, секундочку. Так, продолжим. Что у нас? Продать 7. Ты получишь 7,1. Чего 7,1? Перед корзиночкой. Торговаться. Что мы торгуем?
Let's talk about the price.
Будем к оценке.
Why not?
7,1. Я бы хотел 7,3. Давай 7,7. Предложить.
Satisfied?
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll agree.
7,3. Давай 7,3.
Very well. I agree.
Отлично. У нас 7,3. Я так
What is
понимаю,
it?
7,3 у меня гроши есть. Вот. Здорово, мужик. Давай с тобой поболтаем. Как насчет уголька? Уголек 50 штук. Угля как купить, так купить. Корзина. Сколько это? Торговать.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Naturally.
Давай поторгуемся. О, ничего себе. Не-не-не-не, подожди. Ничего себе. Да, 52. Ну давай попробуем чуть-чуть купить у тебя. Так. Угля. Давай 10 купим. Корзина. Торговать.
Let's talk about the price.
Aye.
Да. 5, да? Давай 5. 4,5.
What do you say to this?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
Почти. 4,8. Давай 4.
Very well, I agree.
Мешок для заводного. Так, купить мешок для. Купили. Дальше что у нас? Здесь бокалищик, здесь купец, здесь купить пивка. Пойдем пивка еще купим. Надеюсь, хватит у меня денежек. А здесь возьмем. Попробуем сейчас. Нет, пивка может сначала. Рубится, а что, давай рубанемся, что ли, да? Можно поиграть?
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
Пивка. Пойдем. Подружки сходим. Корчма, там друзья.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tatars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with
is
you,
opposed
Henry.
to your king.
I'm with you,
So are
Matthew.
such lords as
What's going on here?
Rosenberg.
Deutsch is spouting shit.
What?
Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzik is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your Diet will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
and don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but...
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. But what can you do? I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory? Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house. You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some turds will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king. So, Hal, are you with us?
Взрослые раздолбай. Просто вообще такие придумали. Не, буду это делать. Я не буду это делать.
Not that I don't want to teach the Deutsch a lesson, but I really don't have time.
Well, that's disappointing. Still, we can manage without you. Let's go, lads.
Honestly, Hal, how could you possibly chance like this?
Да, раздолбаивай. Великий раскол. Новое задание. Великий раскол. Папа пиздит. Пошли, блядь. Новое задание. Кузнеца ты узнал, где кузнец. Ой, сидят тут, пивка посасывают. Делать нечего, заняться нечем, бегают тут. Джулей раздают. Ой, как темно тут. Интересно, на стриме ты видно хотя бы что-то?
Henry, I'm glad you stopped.
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
Your beauty, of course.
Oh, noble sir. I'm as honored as any simple maid can be. And apart from my beauty, what else might your worship desire?
I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vaniak?
I suppose. He's a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite, Savior Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Можешь не сомневаться. Шнапс. Иди. Красотка. Ты какая? Ну, тут интрижка. Так. Ладно, с вами потом разберемся. Дойдем и до вас доберемся. Пойдем к батьке. Батька ждет же нас. А, нет. Сейчас, подожди, забыл. Ходим. Опа, у меня что-то... Ничего не началось, нет? Что у нас это? Ранение в голову. У меня там есть плохие ранения в голову. У меня красненькое подняло. Где это? Где у нас? Что-то я не помню. Не то нажимаю все. Ага, сзади где-то нас, да?
Hail to the hero! Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
It was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
No mother's happy when a son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. But the world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Так, начнем.
Yes.
Давай, мы тут раненые.
All right, I wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
Что ли пошел? Да. Мужик идет. Как это Здесь я буду уделять пока. Ну давай, поехали.
So, can we get started?
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far. Very well. Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it. All right. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself. Good. Good. Not bad. Again, the point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times. Good. Fine. Good. Let's try something else. One strike I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another. Now you're... All right. Fine. All right. That's enough. I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat. There's nothing better than experience, believe me.
Так, ладно, что мне за тобой идти? Побежал прям, мать легко туда-сюда. Кто тут что все? Ты что такой грязный концерт? Насчет того, что ты просил.
About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
And how much longer will it take? Get a move on. We have to finish that sword today. Or do you want me to look a fool in front of Sir Radzig?
No, I don't. I'll be back soon.
А чё мне не хватает-то? Не понял. Карта. Возьми крестовин. Я же все взял. Я же, получается, все взял. Тренировки. Все остальное. Так, ладно, пойдем дальше. Чё не так-то? Журнал. Осталось туда сходить. Еще минус. Что с моим? Все нормально? Оказывается, вызрело. Еще помыться бы где-нибудь. Как это делается? Зачем помыться? О, простенький красавчик, мужчина, красавчик. Побежали. Давай, тренируй свою духовку. Нечего расслабляться.
God be with you.
And with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzig. and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and grip. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Ah, shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Ну чё, наконец-то. Да, так. Да, начал.
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Where have you been with that ale? It's as flat and warm as horse piss. Go back and get me another, and you can pay for it yourself. That's the price of stupidity.
Пока она холодная. Еще она нагрелась. Нормально вообще. Гоняет меня. Принеси, отнеси. Как это? Почтальоном.
Are you serious?
Look at you, lover boy.
The Deutsch is mouthing off again.
Oh, don't talk to me about him. He's a good customer, but when it comes to politics, he's unbearable. The number of times I had to throw him and the others out so they wouldn't start brawling.
Well, I'd say he's in exceptional form today. I'm back.
I can see that. What's the matter?
I need another pitcher of ale. The last one wasn't cold enough for Father.
You want me to get it for you?
Aye, and a smile from you.
Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Strong linen, delicate velvet, beautiful and fun.
Что там за beautiful ale? Лечу, бегу прямо аж вон отдыхаю. Батя, прости непутевого сына. На. Так.
About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done.
Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. That's what I call craftsmanship. What does the inscription mean? Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. This will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have we got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, I heard some gossip about what happened to Deutsch. I expect you know something about it.
Maybe.
Maybe? Someone threw dung at Deutsch's freshly lime-washed house, maybe? And maybe those cronies of yours had something to do with it?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Oh, got what he deserved, did he? Look, I don't know if you're mixed up in this or if it's just those friends of yours. It's all the same to me. But I have a trade to run. The German pays well. And having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. Do you understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
What, so you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of the king?
Does that boy ever listen to a word I say? So Deutsch spouts rubbish, so what? You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth, and not your fists.
The furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it. Good. Once more. That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague, and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
Yeah.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Henry, are you alright?
Давай поболтаем. Иди сюда. Тереза. Тереза. Гвозди, а где эти гвозди? Карта, гвозди. Иди принеси гвозди, понятно. Для вас, красавица. Что угодно. Молодой, дерзкий мальчик. Она сидит. Открыть. Гвоздики. О, морковка. Гвозди. Где гвозди? Раздеть. Нет отмычки? А где гвозди-то? Ага. Я их прошел, да? Вот задачку дадут. Иди возьми гвозди. Где они? Здесь что ли? Гвозди для Терезы. Да. Отвар из клендулы. Давай-ка возьмем. Да. Повязочку, да. Все возьмем. Бегу к тебе. Ты куда поворачиваешься?
What are you loitering around here for?
Да, смеешься.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering. Will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Да ты комбинированно дышишь, дорогая. Да-да-да.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it.
Боится. Вообще капец боится.
You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
They certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honor, Sir Isvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history. That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful.
Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Вечер с девушкой не удастся, походу. Вот это нападение, вот это попадос.
Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry. And what about you? Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you. No. You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzik.
If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Closing! Move it, people! Come on! We're running out of time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the gates! Get running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Get through the gates! Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Так, что куда? Нежданные гости. Беги. А куда бежать-то? Вот сюда, да? Скачи. То есть мне надо взять, получается, лошадь. Где мне лошадь взять? Там ходит, вон он лошадь. Сейчас свалишься, ноги себе переломаешь.
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you!
Вот еще лошадь. Так. Верховая езда. Делать, что лошадь возможность восстановить силу. Ctrl-L. LC. Быстрый темп и выносливости ложь. Левый shift. Галоп. Просто левый shift. Понял.
Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Logisch, Malak. Neffe fängt det safka. Och svängla från.
Так. Че, будем биться? Попробуем? Меч-то есть же? Есть. Игрок. Достать. Попробуем?
Burn in hell, you animals!
Ogrändesena distoten ändösena nira.
Валим. Да беги ты.
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you!
Пока тут щелкал, блин. Вау. Стрелы, что ли, летят? Вау. Как бить-то? Вали. Да ладно. Вы чё, прикалываетесь, что ли? Вот эта игра. Тут еще не с первого раза сбежишь. Вот этот пазл. Так, валим. Дай сразу сюда. Так, вас много. Валим. Лошадка. Тихо. Лошадка. Поехали. Валим. Ничего себе шальная. Вы что, прикалываетесь, что ли? Как не свалить-то? Смотрим. Да дайте выбраться отсюда. Так, кустами. прикалываетесь, что ли? Бежить. Так, М. Нет, лучше надо куда-нибудь свалить туда, попробуем сейчас. Что ну, с этими лучниками еще капец какой-то. Звери какие-то. Да, лучники, идите вы. Да. Чё я делаю-то не так-то? Подходы закрыты, да? Лошадки стоят. Так. Кто там такой идешь? Ага, вижу вас. Еще лошадки пробежали. Можно через тебя как-нибудь? Нет? Опа. Меня бомбить начинает. Что за такое-то, а? Ну и как мне теперь быть? Так, оружие в ваших руках. Бывает жители деревни. Да как, куда мне бежать-то? Мне надо бежать куда-нибудь. Мне надо вот сюда, да? Скачив. Для того, чтобы скачать, скалиться. Я не могу скакать туда. Что-то хорошо. Что делать-то? Еще одна попытка. Оп. Блин. О. Сейчас я пробегу. Убегаешь и сразу получаешь, погибает, да? То есть надо где-то здесь бежать. Ну ладно, попробуем. Я не туда бежал. Вот так вот, знаете. Я туда бежал.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream.
Hi. Да. Что, издеваетесь, что ли? Да! Да, ну все,
Run for it! Ow! Flee!
Не так легко, короче, это сделать. Так, как мне от них? Драться я не умею. Доставай свою волну. Как она? Сейчас.
Don't touch me, or I'll kill you.
Keverle neki egyet, hogy ne verdődjön.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream.
Go! They'll kill you all! Run for it! Flee to Talmberg!
Давай, лошадка, давай. Да как мне от вас так мало?
Run for it!
Здесь сколько бежать пути еще, а? Вон замок. Чуть осталось. Давай, лошадка, давай. Господи. Ничего себе.
Oh my God! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Help! Scarlet has been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose! Хочу Hosungine!
Легко, в то же время попробуй, блин, вообще жизнь.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Да, досталось.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
И отключился.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Вот и пришла война. А батя не научил нас. Поговорить с паном Брэклем. Твоя постель.
What's happening with that blacksmith?
He sent his apologies, sir. He can't come tomorrow. The soonest he can manage is before noon the day after.
Ну, беги. Сбегали. Ух ты, ничего себе, тут расстояние-то такое не маленькое пробежали. Карта, ну, не очень огромная, но нормально. Так, ладно. Что у нас там? Изнурение, голод. Ну, покушать надо. Есть. Я надеюсь, он не испортился. Ага. Лечение, изнурение. Че, давай поспим. Лечь, поспать. Сесть.
I will, sir. Thank you.
Все, у меня больше нету пищи. Стрела. Лошади пока нет. Место для чтения. Изнурение, голод. Это я не утолил.
Oh, damn it, I'm hungry.
Поспать дайте мне где-нибудь. Поспать. Мужики, дайте мне поспать. Чтобы где-нибудь поспал. Сесть. Лечь надо. Идем. Небольшой замок.
Hey, watch it! I'll remember you.
Карта. Сдаваться нет времени. Ага. Я понял тебя. Жаль.
What are you doing?
Ничего себе. Здравствуйте.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear. Aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Если снимать, прежде чем спать, нужно снести. Кушать. Давай, давай, давай. Много не мало. Дают, бери. Дают, беги. Сырка, давай, давай. Пару тыблочек. Пригодится. Все сожрем. Дальний путь какой-нибудь отправят по-любому. Давай, 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 давай. Что еще можно? Ладно, не будем наглеть. Пойдем поедим. Привет. Сесть. Нужно на край стола.
Must eat.
Давай. Поедим. Опа. Пюрешечкой. Рогаликом. Сыром. Все, наелись. О, вставай, давай. Сейчас уснешь. Да-да, да-да. Идем, 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 идем. А вот теперь. Ладно тебе уже спать. Ура, поспать. Сколько тебе надо? К утру. 9 часиков хватит.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Да. Говорить об этом, расскажи. Сказать о набеге.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Я зашел в кормачу, встретил этим свою возлюбленную, пошел на...
A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Так, мы с тобой в жизни. Мы с отцом поговорили о жизни.
Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Так, немцы.
The gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover. They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Так, грабитель деревни, начали осада.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to, but even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Нанесла пожрать и унесла. Нормально. Эй, пожрать. Ну ладно. Винишко выпил. Грязные ботинки, не сказано сними. Спать. Жизнь женщины в Средневековье.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Движуха-то не заканчивается. Игра сохранена. Темень. Я ничего не вижу. Ку-ку. А есть что? А, о, есть что. Взять. Достать. Нет. Второй. О, ничего себе. Как поджечь-то его? О. О. Тут вообще не видать ничего. Да что? А как здесь? Как так?
What was that?
Ой! Не-не-не, вниз, вниз, вниз. Я тут ничего не делал. Я так. И куда мне идти-то? Куда мне идти-то? Что за тут идти-то? Идти на стену по лестнице наоборот. Идти на стену по лестнице наоборот. Не иду на стену по лестнице наоборот. Бегу прямо.
Hey, you! What are you doing? Fuck off before I lose my temper!
Что?
Hey! You've no business here! Clear off or you'll be sorry!
The well is deep, and we've got decent stocks of food.
My respects to you.
You know what's happening?
Sigismund, who else? That bastard conquered Skalitz, and now he's come to take Talmberg. The storm.
God be with you.
Do you know what's happening?
No. What about you?
Me? How could I?
I saw you with Sir Robard. Didn't he tell you anything?
No, nothing.
The storm is silent and gone.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And Sir Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will, and good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Rattay now!
Да. Идти в крепость, поговорить.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Understood.
Henry, I need to have a word with you.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch on the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
Есть, а хочешь нет? Так, ну что, ребят, я думаю, на этом мы закругляться будем. Давайте туда. Хорошо поиграли. Неплохо так. На стене будем держать оборону. Я думаю, надо убрать.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Так, ладно. Спасибо всем за просмотр. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки. Будем продолжать. Я думаю, что следующий будет уже стрим, будет у нас запись. Но если кому-то хочется смотреть стрим, напишите. Так что сохраняйте игру. И спасибо огромное. Всем пока-пока. С вами был Денчик и Come Deliverance. Всем счастливо.